Rats, we are the rats, celebrating everyone a birthday batch. Michael, it's your birthday today. Cake and ice cream is on its way. And Michael, is such a good boy this year. Rats, we are the rats, celebrating everyone a birthday batch. Michael, it's your birthday today. Cake and ice cream is on its way.
The screen, it's a little... At least I can trade in my phone. Would you guys like to see my phone? Here's the screen. It's a little bit damaged. Here's the back. It's a little bit damaged. Also, when I open this case...
And Michael, is such a good boy.
Welcome. No, I do not have my glasses. Hold on, the sound too. Okay, whoa, there you go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Skid Soul Spud stream. This will not be a long one. This will not be a long stream. I just want to cover a little bit of more Ruby stuff that's been going on. I saw that a little VTuber friend, Vixie, did a little stream on the whole situation. We're gonna cover this for a little bit because you know us, we like big titty anime goth girls in our streams. This will not be a long stream. I don't tend to make this longer than an hour at the minimum. Mostly because I gotta do shit in the morning. Because I'm a filthy normie, like the rest of y'all. I'm just a filthy normie. So we're gonna cover some of this shit. So if you're not aware, apparently we got canceled again. This stuff is I thought we moved away from this stuff for a little bit, but I keep forgetting that like how can I say it? I keep forgetting that people who are not aware of this sector of YouTube don't realize how much of this crap happened on a daily. Now, iVixie found out. I think apparently iVixie has been doing some research. He's been doing a little bit of covering this stuff, which is very good. Which is a very good thing within boyt, right? You know, fuck you, OPC Don. The day of boyt has begun. We are now being covered by VTubers. One step closer to the goal, bitches. One step closer to the goal. And watching this stream was really interesting because to me it was like I feel like this is what a normie, if a normie was to cover our stuff. I mean, iVixie is a normie. I know she covers mostly like VTube drama and she covers the LCU stuff. It's how I keep up with it because I am not. I have not kept up well for a lot of the stuff for a while. Right, the LCU stuff I haven't covered them in fucking weeks by now. And I've thought about going back to it, but since I made that video about not covering them, it's kind of hard for me. So maybe one day I'll change my mind and I'll cover the LCU all over again. I really doubt it, but who knows? Oh, brr. And so this is her attempt to cover the drama that happens within the general that happened with the Jeremy stuff and the Ruby stuff. I like how I keep getting dog shitted because I like how no one ever mentioned my shirt. You know what? I feel like being a little petty asshole, right? I feel like being petty. I feel like I don't get enough props for covering all these people whenever I come around and stream. I thought I would never have to stream again. I thought I can take a month or two off of not streaming, and then I'm like, God damn it, why am I always being brought back into the bullshit? Hell, I know Ruby did stream like today with day one of Ruby. Wait a minute. Oh, what's this? Oh, it seems like somebody removed their video. I wonder who that could be. but yes, we are going to cover a little bit of this stuff. Hopefully, this won't take too long. Hopefully not. So we're gonna probably skip.
Also, TK, which I believe is.
We're gonna probably skip toward once he starts covering more and more, and obviously we're gonna respond. Probably fill in some of the holes. So he makes some good points throughout this whole stream that I generally did like. Now, I think we could just kind of go through all of this stuff. We are going to be skipping around to certain segments that I do like. I think the one segment that I want to probably cover the most, it's really more of the low stuff between Ruby and Low. Now, I believe Ivixie said that she's probably going to do more research on this and cover it more, because I did give her the link to the original Low stream where Low came out and said she's not friend with Ruby. And I did also give her the original stream where the jokes were being, the quote unquote jokes are being made. So let's go in.
Tommy King in the chat right now, right? Ended up joining in on the conversation, and she was disappointed because, well, she's gonna explain it.
There's a fucking pointed in you. I'm glad they ran you off. That's what you get for being a turncoat, bitch.
I love the Backstreet Boys playing in the background.
Yeah, TK and Tommy, two different people. Tommy, it's not an open panel today, but yeah, it worked at a certain point, because I do think it's very interesting that you come up and explain your point, and actually that people are open. The fact that Ruby is often open for these conversations to be had, even though she wasn't a fan of you on her last stream, I think is a good way to go, you know? Especially if you feel like you had a friendship, that's definitely important.
I screen recorded some of it because I was like, this is definitely not staying up. Sorry, my visuals so between the second day hair, the zit. I do apologize for the visual, but really just gross.
Ivixie is in stage 1, Ruby.
You guys.
That made me laugh. Are you reacting to the reaction? Yes, because boy has no content, and I'm going to prove this. Right. We have an opportunity. You suckers have to embrace the VTube. We have a VTuber covering boyt stuff. Fucking accepted. But really, it's more to kind of fill in a lot of the gaps. True. I feel like the reason I'm reacting to it is because Ivixie doesn't interact with our sector a lot. She does not understand what goes around here. She doesn't understand the lack of politics. But she also does. She's going into this with probably a more even better mindset than most of us. We're going to take it as a joke. We're going to overreact. We're going to try to hyper analyze this. Or if you're TK and you're just being TK. So seeing somebody that isn't really part of our sector, not even adjacent, but we kind of know her a little bit, as in like kind of a connection, like a bridge, like a very shaky bridge. That to me is interesting. It's like I won't try to get I won't try to push the idea that maybe like Grace should try to get Asmongold attention, which she could have easily have done that in so many ways. But I guess no one here has a brain.
Right into it by being disgusted by the disgusted thing, social experiment. And Toilet Bowl Earth was exactly right. It's not really, there's no humor involved. It's just shock. The humor would be, it hits for people who actually are into that. And the humor would be like, yeah, you're so taken aback that so.
How does she even find Ruby? Through the LCU, through the local universe community. So if you're not really aware, also through like the Becky Boob universe. So I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody who is an Ivixie watcher, how can I explain it? From what I understand, my first discovery of Ivixie was through Becky Boo. And at the time, I know those. Yeah, at the time, Ruby was so anti-LCU that she supported anything that was anti-Keemstar, which in hindsight was so fucking retarded. To the point I was calling it out and calling anyone else who actually supported Becky Boo because people are fucking idiots. And in hindsight, it's perfectly fine. But it was just really funny to see just how many people were just supporting who were anti Keemstar but could not realize how they were being used by people like Becky. And Ruby was such a Becky simp, or not a simp. That's not the right word. A Becky supporter over Keem. It was hilarious. What happened to Becky Boo? She hasn't streamed for like she probably. I mean, like the last I heard of Becky Boo is the last I've heard of Becky Boo. I'm pretty sure she went down to Texas or something to get dick down. Can you share the link? What link? Oh, this isn't going to be a long. Are you talking about the link to Ivix's stream? Yeah, I'll send it down. But to the Becky Boo question, I'm pretty sure she's going back to her old ways. I mean, supposedly she has a degree in business and management, so I'm pretty sure if anything, she can always do that. In terms of streaming, the last I've heard, she got like a couple $1,000, so she's probably taken almost like a year off of work. And the last time I believe she was streaming with somewhere between October and November, and that basically that's the end of her. And I heard a rumor or something where she said that she got money to get from one of her sugar daddies. Not my word, her word, because she does escorting or some whatever shit. We all know she's doing some type of prostitution. I have watched a couple Ivix sheets and Rubies too. Yeah, I watched some of the stuff, but I watched a Jason never directly. I love Becky Boo. She's been knowing Becky. I mean Ruby. I think Ruby and her rated each other. Yeah, they know each other mostly through the Becky Boo stuff. That's how they know each other. And I'm pretty sure that Ivixie covers some of the drama between Ruby and Grace. And I'm pretty sure they actually had a stream together. I'm 100% sure that they had a stream together a couple months ago. If I could find it now. I'm pretty sure that there was either an interview. I'm pretty sure that for a fact. I'm pretty sure one or the other had each other on stream. On each other's stream. That's how they know each other as well. But that's just a general connection. They connected through like the LCU Becky Boo's type of stuff a couple months ago. It's just pretty funny. Pretty funny. Wow, I think she just did this an hour ago. You're fast. Well, I don't do videos anymore. I don't really do videos anymore. I don't really, normally I would have done a whole video on that. Nor I should have. I mean, eventually I will do a video. Maybe one day, maybe like in a couple of days, I'll probably release a video, maybe covering this stuff with more of a chunking, with less of a serious manner and more or less making fun of it. Because I'll say this again, like it's to the point where understand this. When you're dealing with Jeremy and TK, their mindset on certain things are completely different from someone like Ruby's. And so for Ruby to, I think with someone, I believe somebody in Ivixie chat, I think with Complexity, who stated like, imposing morality or whatever isn't always the best. It is true. You can't impose your general morality onto people. It's at the level of meta I like watching streamers who are watching streamer to streamer. Yeah. I mean, no one else is going to do it. No one really seriously going to cover this stuff, so I may as well fill in the gap. Give it like a year or two, or lucky, maybe there'll be more people coming over to boyt and covering it. Because I believe Ivixie even stated herself that she may start covering more boyt stuff rather than LCU stuff. Which is, if she is, you have a whole wholesome material out there for you to cover. But let's continue.
The thing that I don't understand to begin with is that I don't have access to what Ruby said in the chat at that day, right? But I do have access to her full reaction to the situation, to the stream that she did afterwards, after this one on her Celebrity Sunday. So you have context to the whole person and to the whole opinion behind the words. So even if you see these words.
So what Vixie's kind of referring to is the, let me see if I have the screenshots again. Yeah. So Ivixie is referring to these screenshots that I got obviously from Get Crack, who was a moderator over on TK stream. She's not aware of the full extent of all of this stuff. Let me actually show you better. Gamer the damn color, furry freak low. I mean, you gotta play nice. I don't understand how people don't get the idea of playing nice. You gotta play nice with new people. You gotta play nice with the people around you. You can't simply just. I'm gonna say this very carefully. You gotta play nice. Like, I don't like most furries, but if a furry came around these areas and started covering all of this stuff, I'm willing to play nice for the sake of more attention to a lot of this stuff, more first blood. Call me a grifter, call me whatever, but I think that's a general rule with any community that's trying to grow big. And I feel like people here don't grasp that, right? Mr. Deadman probably is the only other person who can grasp that even better. But knowing the way, like, gamer, that was a fake game. That was a fake gamer. You sure? Yeah, maybe. But yeah, in general, this is like, it's just a hug, not drugs. Hugs, not drugs. I guess so. But generally, this is what I'm pretty sure Ivixie isn't aware about any of this stuff. She isn't really aware of. I mean, again, if anyone here who watched Ivixie, so yeah, a gamer 02 the real gamer, that was gamer a clone. Okay. There. If that is gamer, then okay, that makes sense. Actually, wasn't no, because now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure gamer actually supported Ivixie at one point. So yeah, Borg is right, yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is what if I think this is what Ivixie was referring to, these two things. If you want to know which one comes first, this one comes first originally, Ruby, Spark, and where, yeah, this is what originally comes first, and then this is where everything else comes first. And then, cry about it, but instead of calling out the discussing. Crying about the way she typed N-word is funny. I mean, the way she typed it out, you can tell that she was doing everything she can to. Okay, let's continue.
Like, on its own, why does that make you want to jump on the person? What did she say anyway? Ruby, please be as specific as you can without being specific.
And I like how Ivixie is trying to ask a question, and I bless her for being like not realizing just how bad it was deep down. Hi, Ivixie. Speaking of the devil, I really feel bad because like the moment let's actually jump into her reaction. Let's jump into her reaction because that one right there was funny because it was the same way I reacted. Only. Oh wait. Can we find it? Chat. No. So that was my stream. Low in order. Also, I think one of the important elements to talk about this stuff is I think for outsiders who are not aware of the dynamic between Ruby, TK, I was appalled by the word when I finally saw them. I was appalled by the word. Oh, I don't think you have the full screenshots. You don't even have any of the full screenshot. Appalled isn't even the right. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna say it. Okay, I don't care anymore because I feel like being a spiteful asshole. I covered this shit. I covered it. Ivixie, and I'll say that openly. I was the first person to break this story because me and my chat were talking about the celebrity. We were covering Celebrity Sunday early on. We covered Celebrity Sunday, and then somebody on my chat, because we were watching TK stream on Kick, he was acting up. So somebody in my chat eventually said, "Yo, check out what Ruby is saying over on Ivixie," and I was like. No, I mean, check over what Ruby said over on King's chat. I was like, okay, and let me find the exact stream because I should have it on hand because I always have to do this. Okay, yeah, and the worst part is I was the one who. The worst part about it is nobody is willing to admit that. Nobody's willing to. Oh. Let me see if I can. Nobody's willing to admit that I said that. And then later on, he did a whole apology because he got called out. It's not bullshit, Napstar. This is literally. Wait, that's the wrong one. I did the wrong stream. Okay, here it is. Sunday Fun Day. So if you want to know the stream that I broke the story, it's called the Sunday Fun Day stream. So the moment we discover. Okay, so let me remove this shit. So what's going on now? I'm taking credit. I'm taking credit for boyt shit again. So the moment we discover, so this is the beginning. This is the exact beginning. Also, in case if you want to know, okay. Also, in case you want to know about the gamer stuff, because gamer did threaten to call CPS on TK later on stream. So if you wanna see if I can find the exact moment of stream that he came on. See, I don't think it was this stream. That's it. This is when everything becomes a shit show, and I love it. So this should be around 1:10 should be the moment. You caught the screenshot. I caught it. That's what I keep saying. It was me and Chad. Me and Chad were the one who did it. But if it wasn't for me, oh my! This is the end. This is the end, Gekek. Let me see. Oh my god, there you go. Let me see. Let me fuck your. Whoa!
You got to take down the. You can't.
Whoa. So at 1:10 was the moment that all of this happened, and everything went from there. Whoa!
Is that really her?
Is that Ruby? Wait a minute. I'm screenshotting.
Holy shit! Go over there. We gotta go over there right now.
Whoa! I mean, we're watching it now.
Wait. No. I mean, you gotta go and find the panel.
Wait. Can I call you the hard R2?
Yeah. That.
And on top of that, just to make sure before anyone asks, so was that really the real? Before anyone started asking, is that truly what the real Ruby on Kick? The answer is yes. I also have a video on that. If this ever plays, well, here we go. Well, who cares? Oh yeah, Anon J did technically break the story. But if it wasn't for Anon J for telling me all of this happened, we wouldn't be in a situation. I don't know why there's no volume. Why is there no volume? Why does God hate me?
What's the big deal?
But just in case people don't think it's in the real Ruby, and it could have been like a psyop or some troll. This is Ruby actual kick account.
Yo, this is bad. This is actually bad. This is
just I don't know why. No.
So
you know why.
This is Ruby. This is actually Ruby's. Yeah, this is actually Ruby. Ruby said all these things. What?
Definitely her account. Yep, it was actually her account. All right, for the situation about I'm pretty sure I should have the moment if I don't have the timestamp here. I'm pretty sure the timestamp is here, where Gamer did threaten to call CPS on Ruby, and Gamer did kind of try to defend Ruby on the situation, just so a little bit of context. God made you a rotten potato. Thank you, Junk. Around, I believe, the 1:38 mark, that's when all of this shit happened, with Gamer threatening to call CPS on
Jeremy and Grace and Ben about PDF shit yesterday on stream.
Okay, I get that, and what they did with Ron, and they should get like what they deserve. But going this far, Gamer,
she's mad. She's mad.
But there's better ways. And I like how Gamer is defending. Why am I covering my own stream? Why am I? Oh my god, boy, it is. But this is my point. Even Gamer was trying to justify and defend, and I feel like you can't. And the worst part, what made it difficult, like one of the worst thing about this, isn't Gamer taking a break? Yeah, this is like a couple days ago. The worst part about this stuff isn't that Ruby even admits it in her own stream that she openly, purposely used those words. She purposely wanted to go with the most awful words that you can imagine. What kind of weird is why would Ruby get that work up about it? It's because this is who Ruby sound like. Twiggy kind of does sound like Twiggy. I haven't heard that in Yes Gamer has been gone for a while now. Dude, it's Gamer, but there's better. But Gamer, there's better ways to handle this. There's better ways.
Oh, there's better ways. Is there?
Yes, and I like how Gamer's like, oh, so like a condescending prick. Oh, there's better. Oh, I bet they are better. Like, yes, there is. You dumb Brit bong. You had a moment where she could have talked to King as a person. Make him
We're
realize
all
what he was.
King. We're all mad at fucking King.
Oh,
here.
you can be mad at him. I mean, let me spy that game. But it's like let gamer talk. I know,
King
but
has
like,
a daughter, and he should not be doing this with the fucking Thorpes.
that's fair. And I agree with that. But gamer says fuck sick. Gamer, sorry. I was reading in Rod. I get that. This is going, and it's something I have to make it clear. Just for anybody who want to cover boy like TK, Jeremy, in their relation to the Dorps, and this applies to Ivixi. I guess if anyone else wants to cover this stuff, here's what I'm going to say very carefully. And Ruby should always have understand this. When it's coming to the Dorps, Jeremy and TK are going to submit like dogs. That's who they are as people. This is who they are as people. This is who they're always going to be around the Dorps. And people do not get that. People don't understand. And I believe Ivixi made a point about how the relationship between Ruby and the Dorps is different between Jeremy and TK, which is 100% fair. But the thing is, though, on top of all of that, it's their interaction. To the Dorps, Ruby is an easy farming of trigger. They can just get Ruby riled up easily. In the case of TK and Jeremy, they don't really rile up. They just come back like dogs. If Ruby didn't care, gamer wouldn't care. Basically, it's a super long time in a boyt low. Ruby should have just smashed her keyboard and been done with it. Oh my god! But all this took the heat off of Ben and Jeremy and King, putting it all on Ruby. Kind of strange. It did. But the reason was, I think one of the big reasons was the original stream that Jeremy, the Dorps, and TK were. It's gone, not gone, because I actually have a copy of it. Thank you, Get Crack, for that one. The story of Ruby isn't told without talking about Jeremy and King. People just think Ruby did worse. Oh no, they all did equally worse. Nah, they still got hate. Oh no, they still got hate. I still went at them. But the problem is you're dealing with people that do not care. No, I have not. There are copies. I do have a copy. They sound like a gay opposite diverse attention away from the has spotted. No, I haven't. My problem was my issue was about this was Ruby, who is trying to be better, who's trying to take the moral high ground, which she does, which I do not like, but that's just a me thing because I feel like sometimes it's fake. And we've seen how Ruby is quickly willing to devolve from that number of times. Does his shit, goes on a whole apology tour, right, and doesn't grasp that maybe. How can I say this? Stop repeating the damn line of, well, I was trying to make him like, stop. Your point failed. What you were trying to do failed. Accept that it failed, and just don't justify it. Stop justifying what you did. It's over and done. You can't come back from it for a while. Right. This Spud is wearing a wire for the Dorps. The Dorps wish they can pay me off. No, you don't have to ignore it. You can attack all of them all at once. It's why I don't like this whole taking side thing. Oh, it's so fucking retarded because it blind people. It had blind all y'all from realizing that each one of them did some terrible things. Jeremy, TK, and the Dorps. Their PDF joke, disgusting. It's a failure. But also you got to remember, this is who these people are. These people are like this. These people are, how can I say it? These people drive on the idea of you guys coming back to them. These people drive on the idea of their controversy. And that's who they are. Right? So attacking them up on this stuff, it's like it's like trying to like the equivalent of hitting a metal wall with a plastic hammer. You're not getting anywhere. You're not even making a dent. You're not even really making a scratch. You're not going anywhere. It's like me buying those toy hammers and hitting like a fully reinforced steel wall. It's not gonna do shit, you idiots. But in the case of Ruby, Ruby doesn't like Ruby going at them, fine. But she also has to come to realize just who they are. And her inability to always not grasp at all the time is her failure. It's like you're trying to apply your morality or your ideas onto people who do not agree with you and who do not like you. It's kind of really fucking funny. And she blew up her friendship with Lo, but that was gonna end anyway. I've actually covered this pretty well. Actually, fuck my stream. We're gonna go over back to Ivix's stream and cover that. I don't know why the fuck I went on a tangent. I guess that's actually something because we're at the 30 minutes mark, so I'm not really trying to make this a long stream. I'm really not. I guess maybe when I get a chance, we'll do a full proper coverage if I can. I mean, Ruby was worse because she took a bad joke and made it personal to act. Yeah, that's also something we have to be willing to acknowledge, that the problem is that Ruby, and the thing is, if you watch the original Celebrity Sunday stream, it took almost 2 hours until people call out. No, it didn't take 2 hours. People were calling out Gamer Ruby for bringing up TK's daughter, right? People were calling them out, and it took them too long to realize that wasn't a good idea. And then when eventually Gamer went onto my stream, and I kept calling Gamer out, like, stop bringing TK daughter into this. Stop bringing her in. Whatever you're trying to do, this isn't working out. Stop. Right? Don't. You don't know how somebody's going to act when you bring their daughter in. When you bring a kid in, a parent is going to act way different. And the problem is with these people is Gamer doesn't have a kid. Ruby doesn't have a kid. So for them to just do this shit, they don't understand that. Right? I may not have a kid, but even I am able to look at that like, don't bring kids involved. Do not bring a kid involved. Cut to 5 hours later. I'm not trying to make a long stream. Shut up! That's what made it worse in my opinion. Justice for Ruby. Justice for Ruby. Yes, you got him on right away as soon as he did exactly like he should have had. But no one did. And this is so fucking bullshit.
In case you know, it's like words you can't use, but like, be as specific as you can as to what you said in the chat that day that people are giving you a bad
Let me see if we can find the moment she looks at it, because it was hilarious. I died laughing. I was talking to a friend. I started dying laughing at the whole situation because I thought it was just her reaction was how I felt. Her reaction was like, holy shit, she fucking lost it. Here we go. Here, we're gonna skip around because
holy crap! All right,
here it is.
Okay. Yeah. All right then. That is. Holy crap. Oh God. Okay, you went in there.
You can tell that silence. That silence was so deep. You can tell she had to, whatever her original opinion was, her opinion changed. Who the hell is this? This is Ivixie. Ivixie is slowly. I'm trying to get Ivixie to cover more boyt stuff because I believe boyt needs more fresh blood. And I think the moment once we start having VTubers into boyt, we will be okay. I'm trying to pave the future. I am the golden path. I'm trying to pave a future for a boy, but you idiots keep doing this to me. We need to do this, guys. We need to bring anime people into boy. Trust me, the money will flow. The shekels will flow. We doing this, boy. We doing this.
Go for.
Damn. Okay, dude. Holy crap. Okay, so from what I understand, dude, Ruby legit called TK the N-word in the chat. Made him imagine his daughter in that situation.
Fuck you. No, we're doing this. No, we are not gatekeeping, boy. Boy, I'm going to open the floodgates. I'm going to floodgate boy with every normie you can imagine. One way or another, boy will be flooded with normies, and you will have to accept it.
And then in the end says, "Yeah, it's funny, right? It's a joke." Okay, so holy crap. Damn. Okay.
A crumb of attention from a hunchback fat in.
Oh my god, Huggy Bear should cover this. If anybody knows Huggy Bear, tell him to cover all of this stuff because he will have a field day with this. I will hate you with every ounce of my body, dude. I know. I'm willing to die on the crucifix. This is my golden path. I am the Messiah of boy. We're bringing boy. I would not call Ivixia a normie. No, I wouldn't. But this is the first step to getting more people to. I know you saw it live, right? And you called it out too. But yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
So yeah, she calls him the N-word and his daughter the N-word.
I called it out. I saw. We popped the transcript on stream.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. I'm seeing.
Yes, I'm a hypocrite.
It's really ugly stuff, guys. Don't get me wrong. It's really ugly stuff. It is. It's really ugly stuff. Not going to the.
Oh my god, Ozzy will have a field day. I think this would break some people. If you can do that. No, Nap, sorry. Shut it. We need this. We need to get boy. We need it to be covered. If you could get Ozzy, Huggy, and more people to cover this stuff, this would be I'll tell you what. We'll never have a day of rest here.
Deny that.
I promise you.
Seth Slam Pig, who pimps out her soul every fucking day. Seriously.
And I mean, I did not have access to that before. And I still did not agree with Ruby because what I have access to from her Celebrity Sunday stream, which we are going to go through today, we'll have her talk about putting knives up in those places and referring to TK's daughter while saying that. So that is not a pretty sight, and it's not good. What Bergens?
Yeah,
What?
that's why the other kids were raised by Courtney and are more well adjusted and
his friend, right? Okay, that's his name, sure. He's the nicest guy. He said something weird once. He said when his body grows, I can't with you, Grim. It's like you want to get banned everywhere, dude. I swear.
Principles, dignity, don't want to be a part of that disgusting shit show. Anyone who wants success or anything positive in this world wants nothing to do with that. Okay?
To be fair, people who are positive and successful are not what you think. The people who I met in my real life who are successful are very fucked up individuals. You gotta be kind of fucked up in your own right. I feel like it's kind of rare to live a world where you're positive and successful. If you're positive, I'm not saying you can't be one or the other. You can. But when it's coming to this online stuff, you're more likely not going to be as positive as you think. And it's the same thing I've said about Ruby. Or I've been saying it a long time. Or hopefully it's like the last 2 weeks. If you want some positivity in your life, Ruby, get off of YouTube. Stop streaming. You're not going to find it here. It's just the truth. It's the goof.
Oh, I'm so obsessed with the bitch who drove to my city to fuck with me like 8 fucking times, who I have like another court date with in like a week.
Yeah, so this is referring to the court date,
So
and
we're
this is
gonna
between
move
Jeremy and
on.
Grace, if I'm not mistaken.
But it's true. I was still watching.
So we're going to
Jeremy's
move on
channel.
just
I
a
was still
little bit towards this sector where she covered
Was
the
he
whole...
over 9 years old?
Yeah.
Oh, quit it,
Oh, that's
Ruby.
awesome. Good for
It's
you
just a
guys. I'm glad you're
stupid
switching up.
joke. Quit being so offended.
It wasn't a
It's
joke. It was a
disgusting.
multi-hour conversation that I
not.
fucking
It's a
delivered.
stupid joke.
No,
Yeah.
you're disgusting, Jeremy.
No,
You
whatever.
literally
You
said
know
there's a
what I'm
bit of
saying.
truth in it because you actually
The
want
truth
that.
in that
Most
That's
people
our
are viscerally
society is
disgusted.
obsessed with
I can get yes, a
youth
So-
16-year-old
young
is hot.
forever.
If you think, I don't know, because for me, I just feel like justice for Ruby. Justice for Ruby. Yes, justice for
8-year-old
Ruby.
That's why you
Fuck
see a
you.
bunch of weird stuff in this
Yeah.
That was a
entertainment.
debate, but that's cool.
Fuck
You
you.
wouldn't be interested in something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, Ruby,
It's
quit
fine,
taking
it's
things
fine.
out of
Wow.
context.
I have this crazy one. I have this crazy one that I've never jumped into yet.
Hey, what's up,
The
Dad?
car and that's
So,
bullshit.
Hey,
but-
hey,
That's not
Yeah,
this.
alright.
I haven't jumped
Yeah.
into.
Boy, is a state of fact, low viewership, no opportunities to improve, not a state of mind. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my brain around everything.
That's Ashton.
Hey, Silver
I saw
Knight.
you dancing on
No justice, no peace.
Grace's
Good.
show.
I just
don't
want
know, a week or
war.
two ago, and you
I
were so
want
good. You were
war.
like the life of the show.
I don't want peace, dancing with the sun. I want war. I want conflict. I want drama. And I want 8 hours of sleep. This is what you guys deserve.
You're a great dancer. But I'm really curious. Did somebody
Well, great.
ask you to come up on the stream today, on Ruby's stream?
All right, we're gonna
Conspiracy.
The issue in my mind about these streams is that someone from outside, like me, I'm not in this universe, right? I will join these streams, be it Jeremy, be it TK, be it Ruby, be it maybe not Grace and Ben because they have their own thing going on. But like, if I join any of these streams at any point, the 20-minute mark, the 1 hour mark, the 2 hour mark, 3 hour mark, I have no idea what's going on, and nobody will keep you, summarize what the hell's going on so that you can be part of the dynamic. It's so confusing, and that is why I can imagine it might be hard to grow, because everyone that's coming in is like, what's happening? What's happening? And then at some point they're gonna give up, right?
So I think she makes a valid point here that it is very difficult to follow the structure of generally how these panel. And I've said this a number of times in my personal panel and my personal stream that it's like having this many people on is pointless. All right, Ruby could have easily no more Cyclopedia Dramatica. Oh my god, whatever happened to EP? Whatever happened to that? I Vixie Becky Boosh. She didn't hear from me. That'd be funny. No, I Vixie already did her face reveal a long time, a couple weeks ago, I believe. I think it was like last year, final. My thing about this is just she makes a very, very valid point. We're gonna probably skip right through the low segment. I didn't really watch too much of it because I was doing something right now at that period of time. But it's already said having that many people on your stream is how busted was the reveal. I don't know. I've only watched it once, and I don't really remember. Because I was also, I think I was at a party and I was drinking very heavily. So I saw it for like a good 5 minutes and I went back to taking shots. So I do not remember. So do not hold me to whatever I say. I was not a human that day when she revealed her face. I was not a human person.
I can't say what it is because it's absolutely disgusting what they did.
We'll be watching it later. But Lo apparently had a very strong opinion about Ruby's actions, and therefore no longer wants to make content together. But at the same time, she's saying, "Oh, I still love you, and I'm still gonna be there for you." But it's very. Can someone tell me how old Lo is? Because it feels like some kind of like immature energy happening, right?
No,
it doesn't feel like she's standing.
No, that's not what happened. But I do not remember because I was already drunk. I was already drunk before I saw her face. First off, I was so drunk as I was beforehand that I was like, I was like, oh, okay. And then I went back to being drunker again. You don't understand. Once I started drinking, I am a machine. I am like a well-oiled machine. You cannot stop me.
On her words while she's talking, But all right, let's go to the beginning of this.
Just going to address this directly. And, we can answer any questions, but just people try to be like
early 20s. That makes sense. She's 24, 26. I would say 20. Okay, it makes sense. If it feels she's 8. Oh god.
Respectful and like
I can't take Jeremy seriously. Nobody should take Jeremy seriously. Do not get triggered by his actions. He's a major troll.
You in and chat otherwise you're gonna be timed out.
If you want to have a serious conversation, don't put Jeremy on panel. It's just that easy, guys. I mean, come on. I'm sure she's not a bad person. Exactly. I'm sure she's not a bad person from everything I've seen so far from Lo. She has good intentions. But when it comes to this, it doesn't seem like she's having a very fair... She's not giving Ruby a fair chance here, is what I'm saying.
You're just here to, I don't know, whatever. Anyway. Hi.
Bye. Okay, so obviously I feel like we should just really jump into it. There shouldn't really be any just whatever. I hope you're well, of course. And I do want to start off by saying I'm sorry. Like, I don't like the way that I kind of just conveyed or respond responded in my video on Monday. It did get taken down.
Oh
for
my god,
people
I
that
hate you
wanted
guys
to
so much.
Can I just say something? If you're a content creator and you have stuff to say, but you're heated and emotional, having an emotional reaction to things, maybe don't go live that moments. I know it can be content for some people, but like if you want to stand your ground and you want to be a respected person, maybe let those heated emotions go down a little bit before you say your opinion on things. Don't just go live or post a video and then take it down later. Just like, come on now.
watch it or anything like that. But, you know, I felt like I could have just handled that better. You know, everybody makes mistakes. And
So I think she's referring to Low Stream. Low Stream was originally taken down because of somebody from a different community had it out against Low. So to clear that up, also apparently, to add more context a little bit between the Low and Ruby, apparently Ruby thought that Low thought that she was a racist. Low in her original stream made it very clear that she didn't think Ruby was the racist. Now I don't believe Ruby after she made her apology, but right before the Low stream happened, I believe Ruby kept saying that Low thought she was a racist. In reality, Low later on her own personal stream made it clear that she didn't think Ruby. She straight up said Ruby isn't a racist. You know, yeah, that's what I was trying to remember. It was from a different community. So, like, again, if you're wondering about the Low stream, Ivixie, you know, I don't know anything, you idiot. How we not establish this fact? Why would a Matt? Who would be mad enough at Low to strike her? Who fucking know? Low said she wasn't a full blow. She was, yeah. Well, I mean, that's the problem about the situation is. And I think this is something I didn't really get into too much and really didn't think about it, but it's like Ruby has this bad tendency to say something that isn't true, but people listen to her and believe it until somebody else comes in and say the opposite, and yet Ruby will still say what she said originally until she's correct. It's retarded. It is such a defense mechanism. It's a cope. Like I feel like I've seen this before. It was a preemptive. She knew she would be stopped. She would step in it and needed to say something like that. But that's retarded. And I mean, like that is an issue that you do see. Saying word doesn't make you racist. What makes you racist is what you think. But that's what Ruby thought of the words. The problem is Ruby literally straight up said. She thought of the worst things you can imagine. So by that logic, she would be a racist. I don't.
Right. Okay. So Ruby made a mistake. You made a mistake. We're calling it even, right?
I still do stand on what I said. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, you stand on what you said, but you deleted the video because you feel, and you're also apologizing. Well, which one is it? Which one is it?
Again, Low didn't delete the video. It got strike and taken down. That's the only reason. It wasn't deleted, but I did send Ivixie the original stream of Low. So it wasn't, again, to clear that one up.
What you said was absolutely like just disgusting, vile. And even though you were trying to make the point, there's a better way to do that without stooping down to what Jeremy and King are saying.
I mean, I get it, right? Okay, let me highlight that comment. I agree.
The racist stalker, Matt. We cover a bit of a documentary about Ruby, right? We cover a little bit of documentary about Ruby, and I feel like when I looked at the mess situation, I feel like I felt bad for her at first, but the problem is you kept feeding into it. It's like the D-Dog stuff, right? It's like right before D-Dog and Ruby started dating, there was this huge drama between them. But like we were never really shown what was behind the scene. Right? We were never really shown behind the scene between what actually was going on between D-Dog and Ruby. And I feel like D-Dog, when pushed and asked about this, purposely did what he can to defend Ruby, because I have a feeling that when Ruby and D-Dog were talking and before they started dating, broke up, then went back dating again, I feel like Ruby must have just fed into it more and more. I'm pretty sure I was calling the whole situation out because I thought it was just retarded. But I would also admit that, like, I think Ruby kind of likes it in a very disturbing way. Like the Matt stuff took like what in the last year for that to not be a thing anymore, but then it became a D-Dog thing, and it's just like, who's next? Who's next after D-Dog? Are we going to see a repeating cycle?
But in that case, we're not going to give people crap. If what our content is our heated in the moment reactions, then that's not what we're going to give them crap for, right? We're going to give them crap for their actual stance and opinions on matters in the long run and not in the moment, right? Is that fair? Is that fair?
You know what I mean? Just give me 1 second.
Because Low is basically saying that's not how it works. But if we appreciate people being heated in the moment because that's content, seeing them go a little crazy, then you should also allow them to calm.
I feel like Ivixie doesn't really know too much about Low. I don't know too much about Low. I would recommend that, like, if Ivixie, if you're listening, I recommend going to people like Universal Jones or Napstar, and they'll probably fill in more about the Low stuff and her whole thing. Because Lo is a person of principles, but as somebody in my chat once said, if you have principles, you will not have principles or friends in the end. And Lo has admitted, and again, Napstar, you can correct me, but I'm pretty sure Lo has admitted that she dropped people over the year for stuff like this. Now, mind you, I mean, people were giving Lo a lot of crap. A lot of Ruby fans were giving Lo a lot of crap, which was hilarious about her using the word chink. I'm pretty sure Ivixie is from Europe. I don't know if you're aware of how that word is used, but in parts of America, mostly in like more inner cities where there's a lot of Asian, the word chink is used as a racist term against Asians, right? And Lo kind of swept it, which is very funny.
Different opinion the next day, right? It could be Lois standing by what she said, but not how she said it wasn't the best to her. Sure.
Yeah, you're fine. I mean, that's absolutely true. I felt very triggered and offended by the whole PDF convo. It's not just a joke. It was like an hour-long conversation I was deeply disturbed by it. I did celebrity send.
I have dated both these women and they are friends, but I kept it secret. No one knows until I said it just now. Stop! Oh my gosh.
And got intoxicated and
Lo is one of the few innocent people in this community. In that case, but the thing is, right? Lo is coming out now saying that she doesn't want to be associated with this behavior, but this is not new coming from Ruby. Ruby has made several mistakes that she has, at least from my knowledge, taken accountability for or apologize or whatever. So
wait, let me repeat this, all right? One more time, see if we can find the right moment. I think I should probably respond to that.
Several mistakes that she has.
I mean, that's absolutely true. I felt very triggered and offended by the whole PDF convo. It's not just a joke. It was like an hour-long conversation I was deeply disturbed by it. I did celebrity send.
I have dated both these women and they are friends, but I kept it secret. No one knows until I said it just now. Stop! Oh my gosh.
And got intoxicated and
Lo is one of the few innocent people in this community. In that case, but the thing is, right? Lo is coming out now saying that she doesn't want to be associated with this behavior, but this is not new coming from Ruby. Ruby has made several mistakes that she has, at least from my knowledge.
To be fair, the thing about the Ivixie, if you understand a little bit, and again, someone could correct me, like Napstar or Universal Jones or Gary, if you're here in the chat, the problem is that Lo has said a number of times that she doesn't pay attention to this community. She doesn't have an eye on what Ruby does all the time. That's the problem. And you would think so, but that's not really the case. And the dynamic is more interesting than you think it is. It's more along the line of they're friends with, no offense to anybody, but I don't know how, I don't really make a lot of online friends for obvious reasons, but the problem is that Lo and Ruby have met each other twice in IRL, so I guess it's a little different. So, and also I forgot one more thing. It's the problem is that taking accountability with Ruby is Ruby takes accountability, but she doesn't learn. She still makes the same mistakes over and over and over and over again to the point where like when the accountability stops and when you just realize you're just a fucked up person and there is no accountability. Vixie has not fallen out with Ruby. No, Low has fallen out with Ruby for the most part. But what I'm trying to apply is that like Low Ivixie isn't truly aware of the situation between Low and Ruby, like the full-on relationships. And even then, again, somebody like Gary and NASA or Universal Joan, if you're in the chat, can probably explain it better to her about Ruby and Low relationship. But there is more to this from what you're watching. There is more to this. The plot thickens the more you look into this. But the problem is that Ruby takes down her streams more often than Jeremy. So even if you can find information, good luck. Because you're not going to find most of the information. A lot of the information is either deleted or buried. I'm pretty sure right now Ruby doesn't even have her original let me see. I'm pretty sure Ruby doesn't even have her original stream where she apologized. I'm pretty sure she took it down already. And that's really something about this community that is very difficult to watch and learn. It's because too many people take down too many streams. So even if there's like damning information or damning evidence that can be, used, good luck finding it because you're not going to find it. And I'm not sure if people do it because of TOS, which is usually the case, or they don't want to be damned, so they just delete it as fast. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. The original Ruby, it's not here. So again, Ivixie, if you want the original, like, let me see if it's not here. I read it. I'm pretty sure I read it on stream already. Yeah, I think they've been drafting apart since they started staying at Ruby's. Probably. I mean, from what I understand, Low did clean up Ruby's room and everything. Berg, we will cover that. We'll read that soon. If you could send me the link in chat, I'll read it again. We'll read it again. Weaponized outrage. Yeah, it's a really good article written by Universal Jones. But yeah, so between Celebrity Sunday stream, which was this stream, and between here, there was a couple stream, and they're missing. They're just gone. It started when but I think I like at that period. That's when I was calling out the relationship. But also, if you're wondering, Ivixie, there is a missing stream between here and here. There's actually a couple missing. Damn, I sound retarded. We all retarded. No, but this is what I'm trying to imply to Ivixie is that for you to cover boyt, good fucking luck because there's too much. Like again, anyone here in chat can testify. There are like at least 2 or 3 streams that are missing from here to here. And it makes it almost impossible to cover it. I'm pretty sure if I still have the link to it that Play to Win gave me. If Ivixie wanted, I'll give her the link to Play to Wings giving me the his BitChute where he covers all of this stuff. Because this one makes it so impossible to even cover any of this stuff. Other women typically don't want to be friends with chick like Ruby. No, they don't really. Let me see if I can still. Let me see if I can still find the stream. Oh, yep. Blessed is Play to Wings for keeping this updated. So let me see if I can find. Actually, yeah. I should be able to have it. I should be able to. We're gonna see if it's still here unless it's been taken down. No, yeah, it looks like it was taken down. Yeah, it looks like it was taken down. Yeah, and it looks like the stream that Ruby had today was also taken down. And again, this one makes it so impossible to cover any of this stuff. It gets nuke. It gets nuke within a minute. And it's just annoying because these people won't like that's the worst part about this, right? The worst part about the oh no, it's here. Yeah, I found it. I found it already. So I guess I'll send it to iVixie to give her more Ruby stream today. No, Ruby stream from the original apology stream. Yeah, Ruby does it all the time. Ruby does it. Jeremy does it, where they take down stream. I think Ruby gives good first impression, but most start seeing real. Yeah, that's how I felt. After like 2 or 3 months with Ruby, I started to notice more and more red flags. Some people say, "Oh yeah, you hate Ruby." It's like, no, I don't hate her, but I'm not going to enable her bad behavior. That's how I feel. Like, I don't even dislike Ruby. The problem is that I don't even dislike Ruby as a person, and I met a lot of people like Ruby, but it's like the behavior is horrible. You're about to hit your 40s, and you're acting like a teenager. I mean, this is the internet, so it doesn't have. Did you say the stream today or what? That no. We're talking about the stream that was March 2nd. Her original apology stream was March 2nd, where it was a total of 10 minutes, but they were split into 2 different streams. So I'm talking about the 2 streams. Blessed is Play-Doh Wings for these. About.
Sorry, disconnected. I just wanted people to know that, you know, obviously I regret.
Yeah, but 90% of those people do not stream this half the time, and the ones that do are like places like Kick and Twitch, where we don't really see that often. I'm not denying that 90% of people have done the same or worse, but that doesn't excuse it. That doesn't excuse every problem. Doesn't excuse everything. You can't just say like, well, 90%. Well, okay, like what? Like 80% of people piss on the street walk. It's not cool. You shouldn't do that. It's disgusting. It's a different when you call actual life as part of content spot. Okay, whatever. Whatever makes y'all happy. Keep in mind, she took them down a day or two. Yeah, I know, and that's what I'm trying to imply. What I'm trying to imply is that when you're covering boyt, you gotta be fast. You gotta be fast when covering boyt, because Ruby takes down her stream all the time. Jeremy takes down his stream all the time. King streams are on Kick. So to cover these people, you have to be fast. Or you gotta be fast. You gotta be quick. So even if iVixie wanted to cover this stuff, unless he reaches out to people who have the info on hand, it's just gonna be impossible.
Taking accountability for or apologize or whatever. So this behavior from Ruby is not new, as well as these characters that orbit the stream and the panels are not new. So why all of a sudden is she like,
Oh, I agree. I'm no different. You don't know what I'm like in my public life, or I guess more my real life. But I separate the two. I don't try to do my best to cause trouble.
oh, I don't want to be associated to this, you know?
After the show, to make a point, because I was so disappointed in King for not like pushing back because he's a daughter, I, you know, said comments about his daughter that were not justifiable. So, and please, anyone who's there's no teams in this. Everyone, don't think you're helping me by attacking
like a polyamorous situation. I get it.
Anyone ever.
I mean, it's true, but that's why you shouldn't bring your family into this shit. I don't tell my family this stuff. I may tell 1 or 2 friends, and that's it. I don't bring anyone involved that is like anyone who's important to me. Her family told her to stop. Told her to stop streaming it. The problem is Ruby dancing. You're the only person still advocating for Ruby and Grace to make peace and collab again. This is sick. I mean, I don't really. No one. I mean, always like that Ruby was upfront about stuff. True. You can't deny about that.
That makes me sad. That's not what I want ever. So please, nobody ever do that. It's totally valid if people want to disassociate, because I'm a very messy, sloppy person online, you know, like.
Right, and she, from what I understand, Ruby owns that she is messy, right? So this sort of reaction from her is not like completely out of character.
You are Ruby, and I feel like we all have to admit it. Like, I still love you. I still hope the best. I want your channel to flourish, and maybe you can like rebrand the shit. But you know,
what does she mean rebrand the shit? Like Ruby's supposed to like start like maybe Ruby should make a VTuber model? Like, is that kind of
I
thing
would love
Ash
that.
needs to do? What are we saying here? Why does she need to rebrand?
Everything like that you cover, I feel like, and the people that even you associate yourself with, that is the reason that all of this drawback is coming back from this negativity, but also from you yourself, because you decide that you want to.
She did not threaten grape to minors. I did not see it that way. But I get you.
Use that type of just language and just go.
And she not just apologize and move on. Like, what the fuck is this rebranding shit? Yeah, it's just I don't understand. Yeah, her perspective on that.
Go along, I guess, with the chaos and the bit, and it's just like I don't think that's a good route for you to go, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I hope that you know that I'm not hating on you. I'm not trying to judge you or anything like that. But at the same time, this, like the principles that I stand on, that's not even a joke in my head that I could even bring up to even try to get someone to make them understand the point. You know what I mean? So just to go as far as that, that's why, like, I don't know. I don't want to be associated, but at the same time, I want you to know that, like, I don't judge you. I don't hate you. I don't wish ill will on you.
I'm trying to understand. I don't judge you, but I don't want to be associated. You know,
and you're a human being. You make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. And who am I to judge? Like, I'm not going to judge you. So
yeah. And it's I don't even, it's not justifiable. You know, I didn't think.
Yo, Tommy, did Jeremy like take over your account or something?
Need some water. My only issue with this whole thing is like low. It's like I love you, but I'm not judging you. It's like that's kind of stupid because like you're still judging people. I've said this so many times. Humans are innately judgmental creatures. We judge every situation. All animals judge every situation. Is Lo a dumbass? I mean, no offense to Lo, but yeah, she is a dumbass. I mean, King and Jeremy own that they are messy, but that's the difference. The problem is, I guess that's a different. I mean, they're all messy people, but the way they play it off, I guess, is different. Ruby and Grace will never happen. Ruby and Daily is more likely, but that still probably won't happen. Yeah, that bridge is completely burned, from what I understand. That was mostly due to Ruby. You want them to collab again to fulfill some type of oh my god.
Is he the one chatting in your name? Because
and when people were calling Lo out for her own racism, she was like, well, yeah, Lo, classic. Read the universal essay on all this bullshit. Yeah, we'll read into it. Do I even have it? I guess we can go into that. Do you have the link? Let me see if I can find universal. I have it. I'm on Discord. Give me a second. We'll get into that now. I guess that's a good time. All right, let me. Decentralized, thank you for sending me that. I do have a copy of it, but not a copy, but you know what I mean. Oh. We're about to end the stream anyway. I guess we can probably read off the boyt thing real fast. See if I can find it. See if I can find this one right now. Because again, I feel like there is more to cover and there is more ground that we can talk about this. All right, where's the site? Let me end this. Let me see if I can. Okay, yeah. So it's on Universal Jones channel. Share. So we're going to talk about what was it called? The escaping boy. People keep missing boy because we'll end the stream from here and go from there. Or you know what I mean. Read this and then we'll probably end the stream because I'm a little tired and I need to. It's AI rated, but still good. I do it for next time. It's pretty long. Nah, we can just do it now, and then I'll probably end the stream now after that, so we can read it. So what was it called again? The weaponizing. Please don't read this. We will read this. We will read this. Weaponizing. Was it the concept of hypocrisy of the moral high ground, or was it? Is it not here? Did he take it down? It is long. Is it this one? Is it this shit? Is it the concept of hypocrisy of the moral ground, or is it the that? Okay, that's it. Okay. So boyt concept, the hypocrisy of the moral ground. It's long. We'll just quickly go. One of the consistent pattern inside of boyt, bottom of YouTube, is space is the consistent claim to be moral high ground. Almost every conflict, panel debate, live stream Or community dispute eventually shift into. We gotta read. Holy shit! This is fucking long. Holy fuck, Universal Joan. We gotta do a whole different. I'm not expecting like Universal know about all this boy drama reeks of stink growth. Like I never graduated high school or middle school. I'm trying to watch this. Well, please stop statistics. I feel it's AI. My AI assistant summarized it for me. No, we're not having an AI. We are not having an AI read this. Fuck up, chat. We are going to learn, and we're gonna do this for a different stream. If I wake up early and know, we'll do. Yeah, we're gonna end the stream here because the more I look at it, it's like I'm gonna need I'm gonna need a lot of energy. I'm gonna need a lot of coffee to read this and go through it with some detail. How about that? We're going to do it for the next stream because I need a lot of energy for this. No one is reading that. No one is but me. Okay. Well, we're going to end the stream now because we're past the hour mark, and I said I won't stream more than an hour. We have already established it. I will read this. Do not worry, Nappy. I love you, Nappy. Till next time, guys. God bless.